Exciting news! My brother just gave me a project to work on and I'm going to share with you what it is. Yes! So, back in high school, I got to work with leather. And I don't know who's worked with leather, but if you've loved it like I did, it never leaves you. It's something you've always wanted to continue with. And I love armor, so working with leather was like one more step to making my own custom leather suit of armor. It was amazing. I absolutely loved working with it. So my brother made some custom knives, which I'm going to show you one of them. So this is his custom knife that he made, and it's made out of a railroad nail. It is super cool looking. I absolutely love it. It's well balanced to me. I love the handle. It's so cool. That's what it looks like. It's an epic knife. So he needs custom cases for it, and him knowing I played with leather, he came to me and asked me if I could make some. And of course, I'm not going to say no. So I asked him to help me get some of the material for it because I don't have any of the material. I have basic tools and that's it. So we went online, we ordered a bunch of tools and material for it, and I just made the patterns for it. So now I'm going to show you how I did all this. So first off, he showed me the knife. I get to keep the knives because I need their measurements. I need to know what kind of case he's looking for, where it's going to sit on his belt, and all that jazz. So I got all that information down, and my first step is to draw a pattern. I drew a little piece of a body, and then I drew a belt, and then where the holder will be placed on the belt, because he has 3 knives. One goes up and down, and the other ones he wants sideways like this on his belt. So they're not going down, they're actually on the side. So they're a little different on how you make the belt case itself and where it's going to be placed. So I went and drew up a couple mocks, and then after I figured one that was really going to work, I took the knife, I traced it on tracing paper, and then I created a case around it. So basically, this is what it looks like. So I have the knife layout, and then I just took it and drew a case around it, and then I cut it out, and now I have my pieces. So this will be going on the case like this. So it's my pattern for my leather, and the knife just goes right on in there like that. So I know it works and it fits. After I make my pattern, I have 3 patterns over here, then I usually just go straight into where the leather is. Now unfortunately, silly me, I didn't buy leather scissors, and you need heavy duty scissors for leather, especially if you get the really good stuff. So I haven't been able to cut anything yet, but I'm going to basically show you what I'm going to do next. So I have my piece of leather. It's nice, it's a good clean piece of leather. It fits all 3 knives on it just fine. Perfect. So I lay out all my patterns on the leather. I'm going to trace them out. Just trace it out on the back. And then I'm going to take the leather and get it all soaking wet, and then put it on the knife itself and mold it around the knife. Because then what it will do is actually imprint onto the leather, and when the leather dries, if you do it correctly, it will stay molded to the shape of the knife itself, which will help secure the knife in the holster, and it also just makes it look so much cooler. I'm gonna wet it, do that, mold it, let it dry, and then you do that once or twice to make sure it really settles into the mold. And then after that, I have some leather dye. You can get so many different colors of leather dye. I had no idea. So I bought some black, and then he also likes reds and browns, so I bought some black, red, and brown, I think. So after you cut out your pattern, you let it dry, and it's all molded and ready to go. You can also take your leather and create designs on it, which I'm also very excited about. Now, the designing area isn't my strongest point, but I still like creating new designs, and very simple. For me, for beginner leather workers, keep it simple. The simpler, the better it will be. I have all my tools in here, my trusty hammer. I have all my different types of string that when you stomp into the leather to make the holes to tie it together, I have different types of string that I can use to actually make it either pop more or bring it all together and make it look seamless. It's really cool. They have so many different techniques. Warning, you do have to make sure that you buy a special needle for the leather, because you can't use regular needles because the thread that you use is actually like thick leather strips or thread. So you have to have a special needle that works with the leather. So I have that, and then I have my stamping tools, my leather tooling, which I absolutely love. So you cut into the leather, you create your design, and then you take special tools and you stomp into it. It's loud and it can be a very long process, but once it's done, it looks epic. So that's all the jazz I have here that I'm working with right now on to make my brother's custom knife cases. I'm very excited about it. It's gonna be so cool when they're done. I'll let you know what they look like when they're done. To show that I've done leather in the past, I want to show you the last project I worked on, which I really enjoyed, and it's part of my custom armor that I really want to make one day. This is my 2-belt holder custom belt. Yes, it has cherry blossoms on it because I love cherry blossoms. This took me an entire semester to make. I had to actually, from scratch, build my own pattern. I had to measure everything out, build the entire pattern because I had nothing to work with, and then I just created it as I went. And I did all the designing myself. It took hours to bevel all of this in, but I think it turned out wonderful. So again, you can fit 2 swords in here, and you have cherry blossoms on them. I went in and painted the cherry blossoms pink and white, and then put some gold sparkly stuff on them because I like that. So anyway, so that's the project I worked on. So now I'm working on knives, and I'm very excited for it. So I'll let you know what it looks like when it's finished. Thank you all for joining. Let me know if you have any questions, subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye everybody.